Hey guys, I just wanted to come on and do a August wrap up really fast. This is my first month, so I've never done one of these. I'm very excited. I didn't get much reading done this month because one of my books was just really long. It took me a long time to kind of get into it. So anyway, let's just get started. The first book I read, and this was on my first haul video, it's Bunnicula. I think it's going to be backwards in this camera. I'm sorry if it is. Anyway, it's Bunnicula. This is, like I said, a childhood favorite. I just wanted to reread it. It's a tiny little book. It would take maybe an hour or two to read. But it's a really cute story. So I read that this month. I also finished the fourth book in the series of Ice and Fire. It's A Feast for Crows by George R.R. Martin. This is what held me up all month. This took me seriously like 3 weeks to read. And it's not because it was so in-depth and so hard to read or anything like that. It wasn't. But I just, I don't know, I just couldn't get into it as much as I could. Like, say, the third book. The third book was my absolute favorite. I think that was A Storm of Swords. That was my favorite book in the series. This one just, I don't know. There were times when I felt like I was, like, there was a part with Brienne riding horseback, and I just felt like I was riding on that horse with her. You know what I'm saying? It just felt like it was real time. I knew every single tree that they passed. I saw every single dead person hanging in a tree that they saw. It was just the most drawn out stuff, and nothing really happened in this book. Nothing major that I can think of. There were a few things, but nothing that I would write home about. And I hate to say that. It was still really well written. It's still a really good book. I enjoyed it. It's just I found myself not wanting to pick it up and read it as much as I did the other books. Like, I just didn't find time to sit down and read this as much as I would have. And I'm one of those people that sometimes I read 2 or 3 books at a time, but with especially this series, I want to sit down and read this book, and I can't start another one until I finish this one, just because he has so many characters and usually has so much going on in a book that I just want to focus on the one book. So this did take me about 3 weeks to read, and that's just because I would only read 1 or 2 pages at a time. I just couldn't get into it. But I don't want those of you who haven't read this to be discouraged. It is still a really good book. It's just, like I said, it just didn't keep me going forward as much as I have found that his other books do. But anyway, that was the second book. Ooh, I almost dropped everything. That's the second book. And then the third book I read is one, again, these are probably backwards if you can see it, Looking for Alaska by John Green. This is a great book, actually. I have heard about it on YouTube. All of you guys have been talking about how great John Green is, so I figured it was time to get one of his books. So this is the one I chose, and it was a great book. It kind of reminded me of A Catcher in the Rye. Kind of the same circumstance, a kid going to school, some of the things they kind of went through, but the feeling, the overall feeling, not so much what the subject was about, because the 2 books are different, obviously, but just the overall feeling that I was left with. And I didn't love the ending. I didn't love the after part, as they call it, but you know, that was the book. It is what it is. It was still a great book. He wrapped it up nicely. But yeah, I was just still kind of left with that same feeling as I was with Catcher in the Rye. Just kind of not a depressed feeling, but not, you know, and not every book is going to leave you excited and happy and feel good. It wasn't that kind of book, I don't think. But it was still really, really good book. I still recommend it. And I would give it like a 4 out of 5 stars. There were some things that annoyed me about the book. Just the commentary between 2 characters. I found the author said, he said, and then I said, and then he said, and then I said. There was a paragraph where it went back and forth like that, and I thought, oh my gosh, that just drove me nuts. But other than that, it was a great book. You should definitely read it. I think I want to read Paper Towns. That was another one. I think that's by John Green. That was another one that sounded really good to me, so I might have to pick that up. So that is my August wrap up, and next month I'm working on something. I don't really know how it's going to come together, but I'll give you a clue. What do H.G. Wells, Truman Capote, and Stephen King have in common? That is my clue for next month in my reads. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed my August wrap up. I will be watching your all's August wrap ups to see what you all have read, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.